Welcome back once again, Sports and Discourse. I'm Dante Durham, Eric Sharkey. You know, there's been so much news in the NFL lately with Brett Favre just joining the Minnesota Vikings, and there's been speculation that maybe NFL training camps are too physical. And we have brought that topic up, wanted to discuss it. I'll start off, E. You know, when I look at the NFL training camp, you know, I don't feel that it's too physical, but at the same time, I feel that it depends on the players that you have. I feel if you have a more veteran team, a team that understands what's needed to prepare themselves, then maybe you don't need to do as much. What are your thoughts on that question? Do you feel that NFL training camps are too physical?
Yeah, they're too physical. I say they're too physical. I would suggest that, one, folks have died. I mean, that would suggest there's a high level of physicality when there are mortalities. Yeah, and then I would say that oftentimes you have a case where they're trying to do too much too fast, too soon. You know, these guys have just come off, you know, a long break, eating good. You know, some of these are bigger men, and you know, to try to rush them back in there, that shock to the system, I think can be detrimental. And not so productive, but maybe counterproductive. You know, with tears and pulls and strains.
So you definitely agree with the Brett Favre situation, and I'm only speculating, but I think that he definitely didn't want to take part in training camp, and he just pretty much wanted to play the games. He didn't want to deal with practice as much, and obviously there's still going to be practice during the year, but you know, he just didn't want to deal with that part. So you can understand that.
Yeah, for sure. And I'll give an example or analogy. Let's say, like, because Brett Favre is 39, okay? Let's look at it from an academic standpoint. If Brett Favre, at the age of 39, he could have acquired a PhD by this time. You know, he did his time in college, his 4 years, got his bachelor's. Then, you know, maybe it takes another 3 years to get a master's, a couple years to get a PhD. So if one has acquired a PhD, then you wouldn't expect this person to, you know, show up at freshman orientation or freshman seminar. You know, they've acquired a PhD. They can skip quite a few things. You know, they can teach these classes, you know, now. So does he have to be at freshman seminar orientation? Of course not.
Now, when you look at from the aspect, and I can understand where you're coming from, and I'll just say, what about that time that's lost from the bonding? You know, the timing that's not there with his wide receivers, the proper handoff time, things of that nature. You know, with every player, it's going to be different. So there will be some catching up that will have to be done. Do you think that affects the team? And from a team aspect, him not being out there sweating with them, how do you think? And we're not even just talking about Brett Favre. This is really just about training camps in general and the physicality of it. But by missing training camp, do you think that there is maybe some bad feelings from your teammates?
Well, I think that they should be men about the situation, definitely, and so they should be able to understand, you know, what's going on. You know, it's a business, so Brett Favre is out there to handle business. You know, we're gonna skip all the you know, the routine, the lollygag and stuff. Look, when it's time to play work, when it's time to do work, call me. I'm ready to do work. You know, anything outside of doing work, then, you know, I'm not here to do that. I'm here to do work. So, you know, you want to lollygag, you want to play around, you know, go through these exercises that are going to build team camaraderie. I mean, these things are going to be built during practice, you know, during game time situations. So, you know, to miss out on the little extra beforehand should not be a problem if they're professional.
Are NFL training camps too physical? Is that time needed? What do you think? Sports and Discourse.
No, I feel that since they are getting paid for it, okay, they should not complain about how physical the training camp is. I believe that the training camps for NFL players are kind of soft on them. Okay. And they could go harder. I feel like as each level goes down from the NFL to college to high school, I feel it's actually harder. Gotcha. Like, because as I progressed into now playing college football, I feel that back in high school, it was even harder, my camps. And it just seems like they get easier on us, but it's more based off of technicality instead of hard hitting and being real physical. So,
NFL training camps? Yeah. Nah, I don't think they physical enough. Because once you get to the NFL, it's more like you work on your technique. It's a lot more indie time instead of like group crossover and stuff like that.
I mean, I feel like, you know, on the NFL level, it's all about money. You know what I'm saying? Just like, you know, if you buy some Jordans, you know what I'm saying, you pay that money for them. You know, you ain't gonna just wear them just on a normal day. You know what I'm saying? And they pay them boys a lot of money. So, you know, when you getting paid like that, hey, you really don't gotta do camp. You know what I'm saying? We on the college level right now. We trying to get there. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
A lot more work.
Yeah, we got to put up with it. But you know, them boys make money. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Money make the world go around.
Okay, I guess.
I think it is totally appropriate because in football, look at all the injuries, and if they're kind of pampering them and not showing them that in training, and then you get out on that field and you get that injury, it's going to hurt that much worse. Yeah. And football is obviously a physical sport, so you should man up to those physical expectations of that.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, football was supposed to be tough, okay? If you can't handle it, then don't play the sport. That's my opinion.
Yeah.